host Rod, and I got a guest with me, well, returning guest with me, man, Jaythegoat.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, y'all?
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a quick pay to play chop up, real quick. But I just really want to start off, we in your scenery, your field right now with just being at the park, with you being a trainer and everything. So starting out with that, what do you feel like the biggest challenges that come with being a trainer? Or like, well, not even a trainer, but just well within your passion as a whole. But like, you do more than just training.
Yeah.
Like just for instance, you do meal plans and stuff like that. So what do you feel like the biggest challenge to come within your passion in general?
Well, really, just give everybody kind of like a backstory. So, like, of course, like I'm a personal trainer, a master fitness trainer, level 3. So that's the highest you can be in the trainer field. But also I'm a wellness coach. I have my certification in that. Nutritionist. Um, I'm a certified therapist, so I can do you know, can't even think. You can do I can do, rehabilitation therapy. Like I said, I make meal plans, nutritionists. You pretty much name it. I can pretty much do it all in the health and wellness field. I've been doing this 14 years now. So for those that seen the first ever interview me and Ryan ever did, I've been doing this 14 years. I'm 28 years old, so it's been a blessing to be in this game for as long as I have. But just to answer your question, I'll say the biggest challenge when it comes down to just being a trainer, well, I can say for me, just being 14 years in, will just probably be more the level of consistency when it comes down to just the clients. Still, I don't care if you're, 14 years in or a year in, people that's going to respect your rate, and then understand, you're still scaling your business. I'm 14 years in, I'm still scaling my business, to a higher platform and to a higher audience. So, for the clientele I may have had when I first started at year 1, some I still have at year 14, but then some may fell off or some may found another trainer, which is fine. That comes along with the business. Not everyone's going to follow you, as you scale, but then also too, even as you have your shortcomings in business, some people are going to respect it and be there with you, but then you're going to have some that just may want to go under a new leadership, and that's fine too. But at the end of the day, long as you stick to your blueprint and what best sets you aside from the rest of the bunch, I don't think too many people can really just touch your God-given talent, especially if you're doing it the right way.
Okay. Nah, that's real though. I feel that. And you did say something that I feel like would be very, very, very challenging. And that just when you said consistency in clients. Cause like with you working, you have like your work is within through people, but sometimes a lot of people don't come with the same mindset that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So like far as so what you mean by like consistency of clients, you meaning like your client that like that dip willing to train and everything like that. But just far as just consistency of clients, so you having to deal with people. I have your work having to go through people like that. So like touching up on that far as just like your like what comes with that far as the consistency of people.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes down to it, so let me just give like a backstory. So, like last Friday, I lost my father. Rest in paradise to my father. Um, a lot of things he was telling me when I first started my first ever gym, kind of moving forward, I kind of wish I would have listened to him on earlier. I'll say that. So when it comes down with dealing with people, trying to put people in position to win, put people in position to, boss up and, have their own, sometimes that can drain you as a person because, you got to look at too, not everyone's going to have the same heart or the same mindset as you. So, it may be, how we're here doing this podcast. You may say, hey, Jay, I need another camera. I need this. I need that. I'm fine with blessing my people because it's not always about getting the blessing in return, but if you really genuinely moving from your heart, you should be able to help anybody with no questions asked. But the thing is too, a lot of people you come across, especially in our culture, it's sad because it's always that crab in the bucket mentality. Not a lot of people gonna want to see you prosper. Not a lot of people gonna want to see you get ahead of them. A lot of people don't even want to see you sometimes even make it out your own area. So, I say all that to say, a lot of people that I had around me when I first begun, I was pouring into. If the roles had to be reversed, I don't think they'll pour into me as I poured into them. Because the thing is, everyone want to be the boss and do this and do that, but when the shoes actually on their foot, a lot of them gonna sink because they're not really really to put in that work. I have long days, 7 days a week, getting up at 4 a.m. and I may not come home to probably 12 at night. It's not because I have to; it's because I choose to do. I choose to work for myself as opposed to being on somebody else's clock or be on somebody else's time. I can choose to cut off my schedule anytime I get ready because I work for me. Opposed to I'm on somebody else's time, on somebody else's clock. They're telling me when I get paid. They're telling me when I can do this, do that. Like I choose when I get paid. I say that because a lot of people see my brand from the outside looking in. A lot of people may think you may not have motion when you don't have the building, or you may not have motion when you don't have set clientele, but not realizing in the back, there's a lot of things I do. I just choose not to, speak on a lot of things because that's not everyone's business either. That's the thing about this new age of social media. Everyone wants to be so quick to just put everything out to the atmosphere, but not realizing not everyone's gonna be proud of you. Not everyone's gonna be fond of you. Young Dolph said it best. Everyone can, like the way you rap or like the way you do certain things, but just may not like the person that's doing it. And I had to understand that it's like, yeah, people like my work. They like what I do out here in the community. They like that, but they don't like me as a person. Because one thing about it, it could be the level of masculinity. It can be the way you just walk in the room and you're gonna command people's attention and command people's respect. A lot of people that's not really into themselves or don't have that self discipline gonna be like, okay, maybe he arrogant, maybe he overly cocky, but it ain't even that. But I say all that to say, a lot of people out here in the world, always use the cliche, we're not better than nobody. But I tell anybody, it's a lot of people out here I'm better than when it comes down to bless you. It's a lot of people out here I'm better than when it comes down to this training thing because I know they're not moving as me and they haven't put in the same body as work as me. And that's just being a hundred. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that because the thing is too, I done been humble oh so long, and people that's watching this, gonna say what they want to say, but I know I done been humble too long. So the thing is, I don't let people play with me so much and play with my business. So when it is actually time for me to really just genuinely pop out, I don't want to hear nobody mouth as if he changing or he doing this, he doing that. There's so many things I'm tapped in with or I'm doing. It ain't nobody business, whether if I'm in a gym or I'm training here or I'm with this person or I'm with that person. At the end of the day, I was making moves way before I even had a team with me. That's the thing people have to understand. My mother and my father instilled in this in me 28 years ago when I first came out her womb, how to move and shake. So a lot of people that's grown in our parents' age that don't know how to move the shape or ain't never just touched the level of success that I have in a quick period of time, they're not gonna understand how can God can continue to bless me off of just how I move and how I shake. Because when you're doing it the right way, He gonna bless you regardless. Now, mind you, the devil can bless you as well, but I'm a firm believer when God bless you, that's something that can't never be taken away. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people that's in our culture and in our community, they're gonna always try to throw shade or dim your light when they ain't doing it or their kids ain't doing it because they know that people really ain't on that type of time and they ain't really moving like that. But I know how I move, I know how I shake. So same time too, I'm gonna always protect my energy at all costs because I'm not for everybody and everybody's not for me. So certain clients I will turn away. Like I got a couple of DMs now from where I just started my 30-day challenge yesterday. So I got a couple of clients, potential clients I need to reach back out to. But some clients I'm not gonna reach back out to just because I know what type of time they on. And even as you mature, you have to understand too, and you scaling your business. A lot of people you just can't afford to be around anymore anyway because uh, they're on the mentality of just it's always discount, 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 or what you can do for me opposed to what you can do for them. I'm not on that type of time. My thing is I know my worth. I set my rate. If you can't respect my rate, well, I mean, hey, it's trainers everywhere now. It's coaches everywhere. So you go give them a shot. But one thing about it, my work speaks for itself. You look up all and down my social medias. You look at my different magazine articles. You look at different podcast interviews. You look at different radio interviews I done did. Everything always adds up. It ain't no fake or flaw in what I do. Like the rappers say, ain't no cap in my rap because it's not. I've been doing this 14 years through and through. I have no reason to switch up how I do things because that's what God done got me to this position to be where I'm at now. And God gonna put me in other rooms and other positions that I haven't even thought about being in the coming weeks and the coming months because I got things lined up that I know God's blessed me with. My Father that's in heaven now, I know he working out some things with the man above for me to tap into different things too. So I'm just really just moving in silence on everything. I can't say that enough. Like that's always just been my go-to saying. Just always continue to move in silence. Like hit hard, move in silence. Because when I hit, it may shock a lot of people that I may do certain things, but it don't shock me because these are things I already wrote down and things God already had written for me. It's just a matter of him just presenting it to me and just make sure I'm ready just to attack it and go from there.
Yeah. And it's definitely safe to say, like when you said like people that people not what they say like people not better than nobody or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
most
that.
definitely. A lot of people say that.
But I feel like it's definitely safe to say, bro, ain't nobody perfect.
No.
But it definitely some people that better you in a certain area.
Most definitely. And I
You
tell
know what I'm
anybody, not to cut you off, I'm far from perfect. I'm not a saint. Everybody sins, everybody have their shortcomings, like I said before. But when it comes down to this business and this brand, I don't care how much, people may support people. Excuse me. I don't care, how much, people may support people, whether it be in my city, whether it may be in surrounding cities. I'm born and raised in Hampton, Georgia, but I got pulled in Hampton and Griffin and Clayton County, anywhere, any major city you can go of. They know Jaythegoat. They know my work. They know my name. But the thing is, too, I know how I'm coming. So the thing is, I don't care how much support or you try to pour into another person, they never gonna be me. It's a reason like that Jaythegoat name and brand, that stamp, that's trademark. Can't no other man or woman get that name because I personally bought that name. I trademarked that. So can't nobody else go get that. So no matter where you go, can't nobody use that name because I already done stamped it and trademarked it. But I say all that to say like my name holds weight, my brand holds weight, and whatever you get from me, just know it's gonna be top tier through and through. From my results to my level of knowledge of training kids, to my nutritional plans, things of that nature. Things you got guys out here that's way older than me, that haven't even touched the surface of things and rooms I've been around and the people I've been around. So that's why I always say, I'm one of one. I'm always be the one and never the two because the work ethic and the time I done put in, can't nobody touch that because if I'm up at 4 o'clock, the average trainer ain't starting their first class at 6 or 7 a.m. I'm already on my second and third session by the time they're trying to get up and start their first one. So at the end of the day, work ethic is going to be everything. Consistency is going to be everything. But when you really locked in on what you locked in on, you always going to be better than the next person because you're in your own lane. That's why I tell everybody I'm going to always be better than the next person because I'm in my own lane. I'm not worried about what this person got going on, what this person got going on. I'm focused on me and mine over here on this side.
Right. No, I feel it 100%. And speaking on as far as just like people in general, you feel like with you being a trainer, do you feel like just when we say people, black people in general, old and young, do you feel like now in this day's time that more people are focused? Because you've been, like you said, what, 14 years?
Yeah, 14 years.
So do you feel like young people now and old are more aware and more cautious of their health in general?
Oh no, no, because
Or you feel like it got worse?
you still got people that's our age, that's still out here moving and shaking recklessly, but then you got people our parents' age that's out here moving recklessly, whether it comes down to just going to the doctor and just being up to date on physicals, being up on, just their overall health and wellness. You got people that's out here, not to be funny, you got people out here, sleeping with this person, sleeping with that person, sleeping with this person, not being checked, and people fail to realize down here, in Metro Atlanta, we have the highest HIV and AIDS rate, and that's for older and younger, and people don't understand that that's a high number, and mindful, we're a part of that statistic, just being a person, people of color. When it comes down to the diabetes, high blood pressure, dementia, things of those nature. Our white counterparts, they haven't even, cusped even the highest point of the number because they're quick to go to the doctor if something going wrong or going. But for African Americans or just people of color in general, we'll wait till things start getting worse and go to the hospital or go to the doctor and want to get things checked. But then people fail to realize it'd be too late then because, not to be funny, we'll be damn near on our deathbed, because we don't waited so long. So, I encourage all my clients and even just people in my family, just to go get, those monthly and yearly physicals because that can change your life. I say all this to say, even with my father passing, last Friday, he was up on his health, but in certain instances of his life, he was stubborn when it come down to go to the doctor because he always believed in he could doctor himself. And with men, we're stubborn when it comes down to just certain things because we always figure, it's our way or no way. And I understand that, especially with my father being an old school guy. But sometimes, he'll be spot on with his health, and then sometimes, he may be wrong. But the thing is, I realized as you start getting older, and I started getting older, he started to get it right. If he feel right, to go to the doctor. If you feel like, this may be off, let me go to the doctor, or let me read up on this, read up on that. So I just say all this to say, whether you young or old, you need to take your health seriously because, even just like I spoke at my father's funeral, Saturday, I would tell people, you got to understand your health is everything. As sad as it may seem, as a son, you never envisioned to want to bury your parents. Even just and vice versa, a parent never want to, have to bury their child, but it's just a circle of life at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, he don't live this life, 61 years strong. So I mean, I'm just blessed enough, God blessed me with a father like that. You know what I'm saying? Because even for the time he was here, he done instilled so much wisdom and strength in me. And a lot of people don't know, really, my pops was really supposed to be the trainer, in all honesty, because a lot of people was just telling me so many things, after the funeral was over or just leading up to it. My father used to be a real gym guy, bodybuilder guy. I've seen some old pictures in his storage of him with the stringy tees, with the gold on. That's why you always see me in gold, rocking gold. And, him working out, things of that nature. Then him and my uncle was just telling me, how they used to go to the gym and just do certain things. So it's just crazy how, God works. Just how my father would be, at the gym doing his thing. And I end up becoming the trainer, So I just say all that to say, it's just crazy how the universe works, man. You know.
And that's the thing, though. Like sometimes the gift not it's always in that passion not to understand that.
No, most definitely, and I can definitely say that and feel that because even it used to pour into me about just certain workouts to do for myself for my clients, and I used to laugh like, "Daddy, you don't know what you're talking about." But then I'll go out there into the garage and start doing different things. And I'm like, I come in the house, I'll be like, you might know a little something, what I'm saying, but it just goes to show, man, you just never know how the man upstairs are playing things out.
No, for real. What's with you? We're talking about a little bit off camera.
Mm.
With you, like you real involved with all ages of people.
Yeah.
So, like you said, even what you mentioned, like, but that was like a question I asked before, as far as just like people being more aware. Because I think even with to respond on what you said, because I feel even when people, even for when it get too late, I think if you keep up with your body and you really more in tune, you'll be more in tune with your body. You can really catch a lot of that stuff
Most definitely.
earlier.
Most
But
definitely.
as far as just like you working with younger people, what's the like if it was one message that you could always send to them, like what would one message or lesson that you could always just send for today's youth?
If anything, just listen to your mind and listen to your body. I can't say that enough. Whether it was just be on the health standpoint, or either just even just in life, man, just energy level, man. I mean, we in the age now, like people, you gotta protect your energy at all costs. Like when it comes down to just the business, me running the business, but then also too, you got we're probably like a few weeks away from a lot of these young men and young women. They're getting ready to graduate high school. You got some that's getting ready to graduate college. So a lot of these people finna be first generation high school graduate, first generation college graduates. So you really have to start listening to your mind a lot more and understanding your gut feeling. I just say all that to say a lot of people out here in the world, they're moving off of just off the wave. If this person finna jump off the cliff, shit, I'm gonna jump along right alongside with them if it's fun. But the thing is, you have a lot more followers out here in this generation than you do leaders.
Yeah.
It was different when our parents was coming up and, everyone wanted to be a leader and just, make their own lane, make their own way. But it's just like nowadays, this generation now, quote unquote, they say the lost generation, and I'm gonna just call a spade because, a lot of people are out here playing follow the leader. You don't see a lot of kids just being authentic no more. I can tell it, even like with your brother. Yeah, even like with your brother, your brother's a barber. So even, I watch how the whole thing of, I remember a lot of kids just used to get the temp, and the top be a little bit messy with the curl sponge. Now all of a sudden you look around now, like everybody got locks, everybody got dreads now. So it's just like, everybody kind of playing follow the leader now. It ain't like, it ain't cool no more to, be respectful, say yes ma'am, no ma'am. Everybody out here now saying the yeah, no, pants half off their butt, things of that nature. When I was growing up, and not saying I'm that old, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm just that old of a person because I'm not. But I know the way I came up, it's just a different generation. I got a butt whipping. If I even attempt to go out the house, with my drawers showing. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to most kids in this generation now, they walking past parents, older people, cussing, pants half out their butt, not even open doors, not even being courtesy of the next person or the next child. Just say, for instance, here how we at this park, I train at this park. You got people out here smoking in front of these babies. These babies are already putting it in their mind now. It's cool to smoke in front of the youth and cool to smoke in front of these older people, not realizing like this older generation gave us the freedom and the hindsight to even be out here and to be able to just walk around. You get what I'm saying? So that's it. So I mean, the thing is, us as the younger generation, we have to bridge that gap with the older generation and show them that we understand what they gave us and instilled in us, but also too, um, the older generation has to be a little bit more open to just understanding our mindset and just how we view things as well, in order for the world to become a better place, and which it can be. It's never too late for change, and that's one thing a lot of people have to understand when it comes down to just the world evolving, and especially with this next generation of kids coming out. So I'll definitely say it's definitely a change coming, and a lot of people don't even realize, even with the solar eclipse, they have to look at it was a bigger purpose with that. It's a shift in the atmosphere. It's a shift in how God is changing things in people's life, whether it's individually or whether it's as a whole. A lot of people didn't understand that message in that whole solar eclipse thing. I'm not a big astrologist or just big on just nature like that. But yeah, you get what I'm saying. But I can definitely feel the change in energy when that solar eclipse did happen. Not just from me, but just from people I've personally just had conversations with. So if you're not up on astrology a lot, I'll definitely say this the time to really just kind of pick your brain on certain things and just gain knowledge on just certain things outside of the norm. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely something for the people in the audience at home to just kind of tap in with as well. Just something to just strengthen the brain and just pick the mind on.
Right. So another question, as far as this referencing back off what you were saying, and you said that you know when you try, like you said, you try to save people, certain people, especially like I've seen some people that you probably train with now that they ain't there no more. So, what advice could you give to someone as far as just whenever they're dealing with a difficult working relationship? What are some tips that you could say as far as just like dealing with it when something a relationship has a end? Because a lot of people don't know. Sometimes relationships can be cherished. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, sometimes they can be repaired and stuff. Because sometimes it's just minor issues that some people can just
Most
work
definitely.
out. Or sometimes it get too bad where it just certain lines is crossed and you're like, okay, we just need to go separate
Separate
ways.
ways.
So like, what's some tips? Because knowing that you done dealt with it,
Mm-hmm.
what's some tips that you feel like you can give to people when they do come into that?
I mean, the thing is, like I said, man, I've been doing this 14 years, so I've been blessed enough to just, just about, train just about everyone in certain counties. Like I done been blessed enough to, go to Jackson, do my thing down there. I done been blessed. I was the first trainer, that Planet Fitness ever hired at the location in Griffin.
Mm.
But then, mind you, my dad's side of the family's from Griffin, so I'm always have close ties to Griffin regardless. And then, Hampton, I'm born and raised there, so I consider that home. I consider that my city. But then also, I went to school in Clayton County and Lovejoy High School, so I consider that to be another home as well because I know everybody there. So it's just, certain areas, I just got, that stain and that level of respect. But then same time too, you're gonna also have in those areas people that may just not like you because it is you. So I mean, the thing it comes to a conversation of, well, let me put it this way: everything gonna always start from a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have certain relationships. They can be rekindled, they can be repatched. But then sometimes too, a lot of things could just be misread or misleading. So I mean, and then even with just people just moving on, a lot of people have to understand God makes no mistakes. And when even when I pour into my clients, I tell my clients all the time, I don't expect for you to be with me forever. If I feel like I done got you to a point where you can just do it yourself, I'm just blessed enough to just have you in my presence during those times you've been coming. So whether it's for a couple of months or for some years to come, I'm cool with that.
So you
But
feel,
oh no, go ahead. You fine.
but I was gonna say, so you feel like sometimes it just be at the end with certain people just here for a moment.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta look at too, bro, in business, and I'm just using it because I'm a business guy. Um, Sometimes you just gotta look at it in business, man. Sometimes a lot of things just run its course. It's just like a contract. You got to look at. We just had the NFL draft over the weekend. A lot of these guys sign a 4 or 5 year deal. Some guys once their fourth year is up, these teams gonna have the option to pick up their fifth year. If they really see something in that guy, or maybe before they get into their fourth year, they may have a larger contract in store for them to just sign them long term and lock them in. So I mean, you really have to understand, perception is everything, but just that first initial conversation, that first initial meetup, that's what's gonna um really just spark the relationship between you and a client or between you and a person, whether it's a relationship between a husband and a wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, business owner to business partner, whatever the case may be. Everything starts from a conversation. But I also think in something like that, you always want to hear both sides. It can never just be one side. You just can't hear me out and then I don't hear you out because it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, you always just want to make sure you're mature and you're open to hear all ideas and all sides before you guys just either part ways or even just find different ways to just make the relationship stronger. Because I definitely feel relationships can always be rekindled no matter how bad the situation is. It's just a matter of just having that conversation, just make sure both sides are mature enough to just lay everything out on the line. But I'm also a firm believer too. Certain things you may just can't come back from because maybe the other person on the other side may not be mature enough to just have that conversation because you're gonna come across a lot of people in life that's just not mature. Period. They just can't have those grown man, grown woman conversations. They just in that little boy, little girl stage, what I call it. So sometimes you just gotta respect it and just you go your own way and go their route and just you just salute them and support them from afar. And sometimes that's where it gotta be. You're gonna have a lot of people in each season of life that may just support you through and through. But then you may have some people just may support you just because you hot during the moment. Or you may just have some people just fall off because they may see you may not be that guy what they thought you was. Or they thought, well, I thought you was doing this and doing that, but he got that no more. So we can go over to the other person that's doing this, not realizing everybody go through trial and error. Everyone goes through different levels of maturity, of growth, but can't nobody just be out here just pointing the finger or just think they just oh so perfect. So that's us as a people of color. We do that oh so much and we quickly want to downplay people. That's why you see a lot of people of my status and larger statuses never really come back to where they're from. They want to service their community because it is a lot of jealousy in certain communities. It is a lot of hatred in certain communities. It is a lot of he say, she say in different communities. So that's why you got to get back to the point of if you really gonna support a person through their, through their success, but also their shortcomings as well, because behind closed doors, you going through the same thing. And people got to understand that. So once people in society understand they're not perfect and everyone goes through certain things and certain phases in life, then you really can actually get to work and really start seeing people out here in the community start being more successful. But until we get to that point, we're gonna always forever be in that crab in the bucket mentality or hold people back from just being in their full strength or in their full God given talent. So
No, they definitely is. Yeah, I think that's that right there, bro. Like, even when you see like the like certain shit, even from a global standpoint, from the rap piece, or like even like you said with certain stuff when it's on the businesses and stuff like that. I think that be the main thing. People really don't, especially of our,
oh
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying, our community, because they don't really know how to communicate
Mm.
and stuff like that. So,
And,
that's something
and
that
that's the thing. We have to look at it as well as men. I was watching a podcast the other day. Somebody made the comment. How can a man express his feelings to a woman? But one thing about a relationship, you have to express something to your woman or your significant other, because how they gonna know how you feeling? Ain't nobody know mind. You know what I'm saying?
ain't even a relationship in there, bro.
No, it really is just more of like it's really just more of you just got that person just to say you have at the end of the day. So it really just comes to the point of like really just staying consistent with this level of communication and keeping that line of communication when it comes down to it. Man, but how y'all doing? Y'all doing that?
We're going,
Oh, y'all on the interview? Yeah, doing a little podcast interview. Y'all good though.
I feel that. So, what, so with all that being said, what's the way that you feel like you can serve people outside of just training or anything dealing with training? So,
To be honest with you, bro, like I used to tell my parents all the time, and I still say it now to my mom. Now that my father's gone, I'll be quick to always say, I really wish. Well, I probably, in all honesty, I've been saying it so much, I probably will end up doing it later on down the line. But I really want to go to school and get my therapist license.
mm,
Because the thing is, when I do certain sessions with certain clients, or even when I'm just doing group, because like even last night I had a class here. I probably had like a class like 6. Which if I have time before I get ready to go to start my next session, or if it have to be my last session at night, I try my best to chop it up with all my clients and just see what they got going on, how the kids, if they got kids, or if some in school, how school going, or just whatever the case may be. But like I said, even with being 28 years old, not just to toot my own horn, but I know my level of wisdom and knowledge is not the same as your average 28-year-old, because I tell anyone, as my parents used to work, 24/7, just about. My grandfather, my mother's father raised me. So like I was around him and my uncles and just other men in the community, just hearing them talk, how they communicate, and just how they just bring things together.
mm,
That's kind of how I move now. Just as I'm starting to get older and just becoming more mature with just certain things. Um, I'm just really just starting to see my more of my calling and my purpose in life. So really just listening to people just speak on their problems or their shortcomings, and just me just giving them just general conversation, just general words of wisdom, because a lot of people just need that. And then in this day and time nowadays, with just so much going on in the households and just so much going on in the community and in the world, somebody need that go-to person. Now, of course, I keep everything confidential. Whatever me and my clients or that group we talk about,
mm,
because I treat all my clients as if we're family, and I don't think that's gonna change, because that's how I want my business and my brand to be remembered for when I retire, or whenever I leave out from this genre of training I'm in. But the thing people have to also, just be mindful of too, just with me being a business owner, I'm also a realist as well. So I go through things just as if my clients go through things. So of course I may have, a day, my energy may off, or I may have a day, I may not want to train, or I may have a day where, I might just need to take a mental day. I think anybody should take a mental day, especially if you have the clientele I have that's over, 100+ clients. You dealing with different personalities on the daily, but then you also dealing with different business owners and things on that nature on the daily as well. So you never know what they're going through. So just making sure you keep a pure heart. I know a lot of my clients, may not believe in God or may have some form of belief in something. But I'm just a firm believer. I always just give them some words of encouragement, some Bible reading to read, but then just also just kind of quote the Bible on certain things they may be going through, because some people do need to hear that, but then also they need to know, the man that's leading them, has strong faith in the man above. You know what I'm saying? Because without him, like I said, I wouldn't be 14 years, and I wouldn't be able to accomplish everything I done accomplished up to this point. A lot of things that I do for my parents or I do for my family or for my community, I wouldn't be able to do without him. So I just always make sure I always give that man his time and give that man his kudos, because he'll put me in position where I'm at today. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed enough to say I don't work for nobody. I haven't worked for nobody in over 14 years. So that's just a testament to my work ethic, but just sticking to his plan. Have I been through ups and downs? Of course. Am I gonna go through some more? Of course. Going through one now. We're just losing my father and just getting over that. Of course, going through the healing process of that, and just getting used to the norm of him not being here. Even though I know he here in spirit, he in my heart, but just having that physical touch, that physical conversation, they ain't here no more. So just getting used to the norm of that. But I know it's gonna take time to heal, but and time heals all things. So, but but even with that, just staying in good spirits and just making sure I give off that positive energy to everyone else. I think that's what's really gonna set me aside and really just allow for me to God to open up more doors for me. But then also to just put me in rooms, like I said, I may have never thought about being in, and just go and just take it over and do it the right way, my way.
So like speaking on what you said, like you said, you'll believe in God and stuff like that, and then we talked about far just like a lot of people, especially in this age,
Mm-hmm.
um, being like with social media and stuff being so impressionable on people.
Mm-hmm.
Has there ever been a time where, like, not you completely flip
Mm-hmm.
on your face, but has it been a time where you may have heard something from not necessarily another religion, but just it could be something like you said. I mean, like far as just like from an astrology standpoint, or like karma, or even like certain other things that could be considered a religion or are a religion that you feel like you could add to your life that you ever touched you.
Most definitely. I mean, I'm a firm believer. Like you say in the whole, uh, you know, the cliche, the good karma, bad karma.
Mm.
Because you do right by people. The blessings will still stay upon you. God will, continue to just keep you covered. In all things. But same time too. Even just when it comes down to religion, it's a tricky subject and a tricky topic, because it can go any richer way, especially if you're not a strong-minded person and really just don't know the Bible, or just the hidden gems that are inside of the Bible, or like you said, or even if you don't not that big on astrology or just science in general, you can kind of be lost, on certain subjects and certain topics. But I just say all that to say, I'm a firm believer. I'm Christian. I was born in a Baptist church, Baptist household. And I don't shy away from it, even when it comes down to my business, or just how I move and shake throughout my daily routine. And a lot of people, when I first jumped into this game, a lot of people say, you don't mix, faith and business, but I'm gonna do what got me here. I know God got me here. I know, God put me in certain positions to help, build character, or make me stronger, or just set me aside from the rest of the bunch. So I tell anybody, you walk into, my facilities, you're gonna see a Bible open. You're gonna see a cross on the wall. You're gonna see some Bible quotes on the wall, because that's how I am. You come to my house and you come in my room, you're gonna see an open Bible on my nightstand that opens up to Psalm 67, through 75. But then also too, I have, they may I know in the Bible it say, don't, mark the body, don't ink the body, things of that nature. But I got tattoos on me, but they're meaning, it's positivity, on my skin. I don't have anything negative. I don't have anything crazy. So, um, at the end of the day, I always give God all the praise and the glory. I start my morning off, I read my Bible as I make it to my first session, then I end my day reading my Bible as I get ready to go to sleep at night. So the same, Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, just like the Bible says. So in the beginning of my day, I read the Bible, and then at the end of my day, I read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So I try my best to just stay as positive as possible, even through the good, the bad, and the ugly. But then also too, I have to look at the bigger picture and always know God is always in control at the end of the day. So whether if I'm having a day, I'm having a moment, or something may not be going my way, or my energy may be off, I just shift all the energy over to God and just let him do his thing. But I always know once I shift everything over to him, it always plans out like it needs to work. So I never question anything, bro.
You say, especially I feel like with the type of business you got with anybody in the whole, like I always say that shit for me too.
Yeah.
And with me being a photographer, like I would like, and call me biased, but I was just like I would rather have, especially I'd rather have people that fit my see line with my beliefs and stuff.
Oh, most definitely.
Work with those type of people, but they're gonna keep me first. You know what I'm saying? That's just like the people you around. That shit gonna, if they in another
it's gonna rub off on you. But
rub,
the thing is, God didn't make the world like that. He made where, his top shoulders. Shoulders. I can't even talk.
So,
Yeah, his soldiers. Can't even talk. Yeah, I was getting tongue tied. But his top soldiers. Sometimes we have to do business with the sinners too as well. He partied with the sinners. He did work with the sinners as well. But same time too, at the end, he ended up converting them over. So you even gotta look at that with business. Everyone's not gonna believe in your business. Everyone's not gonna believe in your vision. But if you grind hard enough and you stay consistent with what you're doing and not worry about what's going on, 9 times 10, those people that have been watching you for so long, they're gonna end up becoming clients. They're gonna end up becoming real deal supporters. They're gonna end up becoming whatever you pertain for them to become in your life. They'll become that if it's meant to be. But then you also have to look at too, even as they come over, you may still have to watch them as well, because not everyone's going to stay forever with you. And that's a lot. Sometimes people have to understand when it comes down to just running a business, not everyone's going to always support your every little single move. As I post on IG and Facebook, I don't expect for everyone to share every little single post. I don't expect for everyone to hit every like button. If I'm going through something, like even as my father passed away, I didn't expect for everyone to just reach out and call, because I mean, in all realism, that's what ended up happening. People that was going through things, or I may have looked out for, or I may have did things for in the past. They didn't. Not necessarily say you look for people to come to your rescue, but you look for that level of respect just to see, is it real deal genuine. And with certain people, a lot of people will show their true colors when it comes down to just things of that nature. Or when it comes down to you may, having your moment or level of success. Not everyone's gonna always tell you congratulations. Not everybody always gonna, give you your flowers while you're here. Sometimes I hate to say it, it takes you, maybe, leaving your career field for you to get your flowers, or maybe even you leaving Earth and being back with the Lord. Sometimes it takes that to happen in order for you to get your flowers. Even though I hate to say it that way, but in our culture we do it the most. We'll wait till a person die, and the preacher or whoever presiding the funeral, they'll wait. Anybody got any remarks, and then you wait till the person dead. They want to give them their flowers, but you should have been doing that while he was here. So a lot of people have to understand a lot of things we have to get away from if we really just want to be more successful and more strong-minded as a people, as a society, because a lot of things it's kind of time out for. A lot of things is getting old. A lot of things is just I don't know. To me, it's just draining. It's just you're gonna get tired of people that's older. Bashing the younger generation, or just people that's around your age range doing different. Like the younger kids say, doing some weird stuff just to make themselves look good. At the end of the day, I'm cool with moving along. I'm the only child, but I have a father's on my mother's side. I don't do the whole steps sustain. That's my sister. That's my girl. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? I got a nephew. You know, I gotta look out for her now and make sure he good. I still got my mom. I gotta make sure she good. So, you know, when it comes down to my business, I tell a lot of people, you know, I have a lot riding on this because I have people I have to take care of. So it's like this ain't the same Jay you gonna see, you know, when I was 14 years old and first jumped off the porch and started doing the training thing. You know, 14 years in at the age of 28, a lot of things you have to stop doing. You know, in the Bible it says, you know, when you become a man, you let go of childish things. So a lot of things you just have to let the man upstairs just guide you on. And as a man and as a man of God, you really just have to let God just guide your steps. Like how we got these cameras, you know, set up right here on this sidewalk right here. People can't see it at home, but you know, we right here got it in front of us. You know, you got two options to go the right way or the wrong way. So the choice gonna be yours. So if you go the right way, of course you're gonna go through trials and tribulations, but you still have to stay the course in order for you to get to that next level and then get ready for like the old cliche say, you know, new levels, new devils. You gotta get ready for what's come with it. But if you're a strong minded person, you can overcome all things as long as you really just staying focused on God. Don't worry about what's on the side of you. Don't worry about what's on the, you know, behind you. Just stay focused on what you need to focus on, and everything else will come at the end of the day.
Right. So finishing up, the last question, back to the training though,
Mm-hmm.
and this is just like a personal opinion for you though.
Okay.
Do you feel like drugs? Well, I ain't gonna say drugs, but let's say marijuana. Do you feel like with you being a trainer, and I know you done seen it, and you done played for, and even in other people other sports.
Sports. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like marijuana, weed,
Mm-hmm.
is a benefit, or like is a benefit, or like a downfall for some people from a training standpoint?
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's really a beneficial source if people really know the backstory. Um, you know, on different strands of marijuana slash weed. And that may be have to be a part 3 video we may just have to do where it's outside of the training, just going into that. But I'll definitely say this for people at home, not to just, you know, bore people out, but I'll definitely say this. I have a brother that's in the city of Atlanta, someone I personally mentor and work alongside, Charged Up Fitness. He's out of Atlanta, Georgia. So he bases his his workouts off of the CPD oil. So he actually gives his clients a blunt to smoke before he starts his he gives his clients, you know, a blunt to smoke before they even start their session.
Damn.
So what it does, it increases their focus level, increases like just their stamina level, and it's other different benefits that comes along with just doing the marijuana slash weed strands, because there's are different strands out here that can help you when it comes down to performance enhancing um, you know, enhancing attributes to your body and to your mindset. So, you know, and people that just seen the ESPN article today that came out about Ryan Garcia and the Devin Haney fight. Small things like that with the PEDs that can go straight over to the marijuana and weed strain as well. So, you know, so performance enhancing drugs can help you with your level of focusness, can help you with just, you know, catching gains, things of that nature. But also, you have to understand the good and the bad strands that come along with doing marijuana slash weed strands. So, I say all this to say, you know, I'm not a person that smoke or drink. I'm not taking away from people that, you know, do, you know, indulge in that. But it is a such thing as good strands and bad strands of weed slash marijuana usage. But you just want to make sure you're doing it more in a more consciousness rate opposed to just doing it just to do it. So you know, I say all that to say it. You know, you have a lot of your NFL guys during the off season because there's no type of drug test going on during the off season. They will come home, you know, smoke, you know, just to help rejuvenate their body, relax their body from all the pain and suffering they went through an 18-game season, and even longer than that if they make it to the playoffs. But I got a couple of guys I train that's in the league, but that's also in college that do it as well. You know, I got a couple of guys that's home right now. That I got one I trained this morning. That play down at Georgia Southern. You know that does it. So I mean, I don't take away from him, but I mean, literally, he ain't sitting there just smoking it just to get high. He does to help him relax and, you know, let his body feel recover a little bit, and then he just go from there. So I'll say all that to say, you can definitely use it and just take care of your body that way. Most definitely.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me personally, like, cause I kind of like started smoking a little bit like after I was done playing, but from what I say now, cause I'm like even from an information standpoint, I ain't gonna say like performance wise, from like for me performance, I don't know like in game type shit, but definitely like you said from the recovery standpoint, cause literally when I stopped, my shit used to be so swole, bro,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about instantly. As soon as I started smoking, I'm thinking my leg did naturally like this, but my shit had so much inflammation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And a
like,
lot of people don't understand, man. You gotta take care of your body and that drainage. You gotta, after playing, a severe game like football, you gotta take care of your joints, man, and your ligaments, because as we start getting older, it will definitely catch up to you.
right.
Most definitely
So
will.
like, then 2 months for me, bro, like my shit had went down. I'm thinking my shit naturally like that. My shit had went down, like not knowing the whole time, but for me doing everything outside of just that for information, that was the main thing to just help that shit go down. Just
Most
like,
definitely.
so I'm like, yeah, definitely for me though, I say like it's a beneficial thing
Oh yeah.
from a recovery standpoint.
Most definitely. And that's the thing people got to understand, man. It's a lot of things out here, people may say it's bad for you, but once you really do your homework on certain things, you'll really understand it's a lot of things out here that's really beneficial for the body or beneficial just, just for your daily routine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a matter of you just being knowledgeable enough and understanding what you can put into your body and what you need to stop putting inside your body. And once you do that, man, your quality of life will be a little bit longer than the average if you really know what you're doing and know how to really just communicate and listen to your body. So it's a
Definitely balancing it out too.
oh yeah,
So
oh yeah,
too much of anything is bad. So
oh yeah. And people got to understand that because once you understand the level of balance and like I said, learn how to balance good proteins, good carbs, bad carbs, things of that nature. Even with your water intake, just learning things like that. Uh, you'll start understanding how your body can really perform a lot better once you start getting the bad things, detoxing that body, and really just make sure you purifying your body on daily and weekly and monthly. And then, like I said, man, your quality of life will definitely increase in enhance, man, over the next few months or next few weeks or however you're doing. But you'll definitely see some changes.
man, coming from Jaythegoat himself, man,
So,
14 year experience,
so
straight like that, man. But this has been a pay to play TV episode, man. We have chopped it up, good combo, man, good vibes, man. We out here in nature with it at the park. But that's all for it is today, man. Catch it, stay tuned, man. Y'all liking, y'all subscribe, man. We gone.